Bring you some of the highlights of Namibian sports over the Welcome to the Arena, our weekly sports show where we bring you some of the highlights of Namibian sports over the weekend. My name is Enoke Kaumba. We start off with international hockey news, and South Africa wrapped up their men's outdoor series against Namibia after winning their fifth and final test in Johannesburg 5-0 on Friday evening. It was South Africa's fifth consecutive victory after they had won their first four tests 7-0, 2-1, 3-0 and 6-0. The young Namibian sides, though, gained invaluable experience and will draw hope from their second test performances when they nearly grabbed a draw against the African champions. Let's take a look at some of the goals of the fifth test.
Keenan on turns inside, looks to find a ball. Here's Tyson Lugwana. He creates some space. He's fired it across. And Keenan Horn with the touch and finish. Well done there by Tyson to create that goal. And a brilliant diving finish by the captain. Chad Futcher. And Robson. Jethro Eustace. Chad Futcher. And Robson. Bolambete, Billion Chile, great touch, Brendan Panther, goal for South Africa. Quick ball there from the Namibians. Here's the 16-year-old JP Britt, tries to show and go through the middle of Tyson Lugwane. Can't do it there. There's a good ball to Rustin Abrams. Cuts inside, going towards the back of the D. Fires it to Ntuli, who finds a good team move once again. Until this series. It's absolutely great to be back on the turf, but for me to be able to tell you the story, be able to talk to my son Callum, who is watching at home, and now great to be able to be rained on as the rain changes direction. And Brendan Panther, he makes it 4-0. Come back to the school hockey schedule and a very cold weekend. I hope everybody in the time of COVID and all of that can stay safe and be safe. And here's a chance for South Africa. Billy Ntuli mistouches his first one, fires it across and finishes on the reverse stick. It is South Africa 5.
In rugby news, UNAM have taken a decisive lead in the Namibian Rugby Premier League after they thumped Reho Falcons 83-16 on Saturday, while there were also wins for Western Suburb and Grootfontein. Here's a report compiled by John Colin Namene.
UNAM surged to the top of the Rugby Premier League with an awesome 83-16 victory against Reho Falcon in Rehoboth on Saturday. UNAM, who ran in a total of 13 tries, opened their account with a try by centre Daryl Valman after only 2 minutes and continued to keep the scoreboard ticking with regular touchdowns. By halftime, they were already 38-9 and their dominance continued after the break as they completed a crushing victory. Valman, right-wing Erdrich Mouton and flanker Gillard Plaiki scored 2 tries each, and wing Sharif Titus, fly half Johannes Mwenyo, scrum half Sunday Haitembu, flanker Barry Gander, locks Simon Haitembu and Max Kashiyeko, and substitute back Chad Plato 1 each, while fullback Lorenzo Luiz added 9 conversions for a personal tally of 18 points. At Suburbs Park, Western Suburbs beat Kudus 48-3 after leading 24-3 at half-time. Suburbs ran in 7 tries with flanker Richard Mupewa scoring 2 and fullback Ricardo Swart, centre Morgan Esterhazen, flanker Vakumboka Kambu, right wing Dumarshu Hartung, and 8-man Shingairi Kashivi 1 each, while fly half Nel added 5 conversions and a penalty. The newcomers to the Premier Fontaine caused a huge upset after beating the defending champions Trusco United 41-31 at Trusco United Park. Grootfontein scored 6 tries with centre Grobler and fly-half Siegfried Potgieter scoring 2 each, and flanker and captain Vickers Jacobs, scrum half Jan Harm Kroonje 1 each, while fullback Ronald Dek added 4 conversions and a penalty. United replied with tries by right wing Daryl Vries, centre Henry Kanjo, fly half Enrico van Zyl, and scrum half Rian van Zyl, while left wing Nazim Swartz added 4 conversions and a penalty. After the match, Grootfontein captain Vickers Jacobs said it was a team effort.
I'm still excited. I must say this is the first. I'm exhausted in the first place, and in the second place it's a big achievement. It's too good to be true in the first place, but all credit to the boys. They pushed, and then at the end of the day we got the result we needed. And I must give all credit to United as well. The game was played in quite good spirit, and they gave us a hard time. And yeah.
Great. And Grootfontein has really surprised a lot of people. Your first season in the Premier League, you also gave Unam a good go at your home ground. So what's your secret, would you say, and how far do you think you can go this year?
I must say it's quite a special recipe, but there's a small saying that goes, brotherhood takes you a long way. And that's the main focus this year, is getting the brotherhood together, getting the structures and all the guys together. I think that's the main purpose of this year, and we take it game by game.
As you can see, Unam are on top with 15 points, followed by Western Suburbs on 12, Wanderers and Grootfontein on 11 each, Rehoboth on 9, United on 5, and Kudus and Reho Falcons on 1 point each, rock bottom. In football news, Orlando Pirates and Mighty Gunners finished on top of Group 1 and 2 respectively after the first round of the Transitional League. Here's a report compiled by Helga Schütz.
Orlando Pirates strolled into the second stage of the Transitional Namibia Premier Football League after finishing on top of Group 2 with a maximum 15 points from 5 matches. The Buccaneers beat Blue Waters 5-3 at the Sam Nujoma Stadium on Sunday and Civics 2-0 on Saturday to complete the first phase with a 100% record. Young Brazilians finished second on 10 points after beating Citizens 3-2 on Saturday and Civics 1-0 on Sunday, and will now join Pirates in the Namibia Premier Football Golden League. Mighty Gunners and Tigers, meanwhile, finished first and second in Group 1 on 10 and 9 points respectively to qualify for the Golden League. Gunners beat Young African 2-0 on Sunday and drew 0-0 against Tigers on Saturday, while Tigers beat Black Africa 2-1 on Sunday. Despite their 5-3 victory against Blue Waters, Pirates coach Woody Jacobs said he was not very happy with their performance.
Not easy to explain. Especially the fact that we let them in after leading 3-0. We let them in with 2 late goals, and going into halftime trying to restore that and trying to rebuild the confidence. I think we didn't defend well today. Although I cannot but compliment the attack for the manner in which they scored the goals. So all in all, it's a game of defending and attack that was our attack maybe outscoring them and they're not able to do the same on our side. But not a nice match, because it was a jigsaw all over, and I just wanted it to end. So glad with the 3 points, glad that we could now have 5 out of 5. Very good performance, but I'm not happy with the defense.
Right, and as you say, 5 out of 5, won all your matches so far. You're through to the Golden League, so do you think you can win this league?
Yeah, of course. If you come from a run like this, obviously the expectation would be that you would go and win. But we don't want to go that far and focus on that, but rather take it game by game.
All right, let's take a look at the log standing after the completion of the first phase of the Transitional Leagues. Mighty Gunners won Group 1 with 10 points, followed by Tigers on 9, Tura Magic on 8, while Black Africa on 6, Young African on 5, and 11 Arrow on 3. In Group 2, the Buccaneers of Orlando Pirates won the group unbeaten with 15 points, followed by Young Brazilians from Karasburg on 10 points. Blue Waters from the Coast and Civics each are on 7 points, while Rundu-based Julinho Sporting are on 2, as well as Citizens, who are on 1 point at the bottom of the log. The MTC Netball Premier League continued over the weekend with matches in Keetmanshoop as well as Rundu. In Keetmanshoop, Tigers maintained their winning run by beating Golden Girls 61-28 and United 12 60-21, while Namibian Correctional Service beat United 12 64-16. In Rundu Chiefs suffered 2 defeats, going down 40-21 to Young Stars and 49-14 to Rebels, while Young Stars and Grootfontein drew 33 all. Tigers now lead the log on 8 points, followed by Namibian Correctional Services on 6, and Navy, Mighty Gunners and Rebels on 4 points each. Young Stars are on 3 points, Dollar Stars and United 12 on 2 points each, and Grootfontein on 1 point, while Golden Girls, 11 Arrows, and Rundu Chiefs are all on 0 points. In tennis news, Conor Kruger and Leigh van Zyl won the singles titles of the International Tennis Federation Junior Tournament in Windhoek on Saturday. Let's take a look.
Conor Kruger and Leigh van Zyl of South Africa won the boys and girls under 18 titles at the International Tennis Federation's J4 Junior Tournament in Windhoek on Saturday. In the boys final, Kruger beat Namibia's Conor van Schalkwyk 7-6, 6-2 to win his second title in 2 weeks after also having won the ITF J5 tournament last week. Van Schalkwyk seemed to be heading for an easy win when he raced into a 5-1 lead in the first set, but Kruger made a great comeback to draw level at 5-all to send the first break into a tiebreaker, which Kruger won 8-6. In the second set, Kruger broke Van Schalkwyk's serve in the 5th game to go 3-2 up, and after some great rallies went on to win the set 6-4 to take the title. Afterwards, Kruger said he was very happy with the win.
I'm very happy. Started off a bit slow, went 5-1 down, but I managed to find a way to win that first set and then just keep focus all the way through the end.
As you say, a great comeback, 5-1 down. So what turned it around for you?
I think first serve percentage for me. I was missing a lot of first serves in the first 6 games, and then I started to just start controlling my serve more, maybe take a bit of pace off it, and make more of them, put more pressure on it.
In the girls' singles final, the top-seeded Leigh van Zyl won the title after her opponent Sarah Pantelik of Belgium had to withdraw due to injury. Van Zyl immediately broke Pantelik's serve in the first game and never looked back. With the strong ground strokes, she pulled further ahead to win the first set 6-2. In the second set, Van Zyl once again broke Pantelik's serve to go 2-love up, but Pantelik then retired due to an injured groin to hand Van Zyl the title. Van Zyl said it was unfortunate that Pantelik had to retire.
It was a good game. It's unfortunate that she had to retire to love, but in the first set I played well and I really came out with lots of energy, so I'm pretty satisfied with the match.
Right, you won the first set 6-2, so everything went according to plan?
Yes, I did not lose my serve, which was part of my plan for the match, to get first serves in, high first serve percentage, so that was good.
Great. And how has this tournament been as a whole, also over the first tournament last week?
It's been really good. I was here 2 years back, and then last year I would have come, but unfortunately with COVID we couldn't come. So it was really good to be back, and it was a very good tournament.
And what will this win do for your world ranking?
I will go up quite a bit, I think, yes. I think it will lift my ranking quite a lot, yes.
Former Brevaria's coach Ricardo Manetti launched a magazine in Windhoek on Friday. The limited edition, titled A Decade of Football, chronicles the country's outstanding football moments from 2010 to 2020. Here's John Collin once more.
Decorated ex-Brave Warriors coach Ricardo Manetti launched a football magazine in Windhoek on Friday. The limited edition magazine, titled A Decade of Football, includes chronicles of the country's outstanding football moments from 2010 to 2020. Present at the event was a chief administrator of the Namibia's Sports Commission, Freddie Muia, who encouraged those passionate about sports to also follow the example set by the former Brave Warriors coach.
We would like to encourage all companies to come on board and also invest in sports, and also encourage most of other sports coaches in this country that they can be able to invest in good example that they've done, that they can also be in future be able to launch a 10-year history of their individual sports. So football is set a very good example, in particular Manetti, that we are going to emulate this example.
Manetti said that one of the motivating factors that galvanized the idea of coming up with a magazine was his appreciation for the history of the previous generation of footballers, a generation Manetti himself forms part of. This, he said, is something he used to motivate the current generation of players whom the success is about.
In that one. I do want to thank the previous generations for laying the foundation of the current generation. So if I talk about the current generation, it's this magazine generation. If it was not for Captain Bimbo Shero, for Bobby Samaria, for, sorry Timo, I can't mention you there, Brian Isaacs, the previous generation, Ronnie, Colin, the current guys, the Stigas, the Shitembis, the Willow Stefanas, the Dion Ottos, the Sharuliles, that was the thing that I used to drive them daily. It was almost an obsession that I shared with them to say that, guys, you need to be better than Bimbo. You need to be better than Manetti. You need to be better than Ronnie. And I told them, you are history makers. And they never believed me. Only later on when they realized, wow, we are history makers. Another thing that encouraged me to start this project was to bring the football fraternity together and to show corporate Namibia that we can keep this game beautiful. I will repeat. The reason for this is to show the fans and corporate Namibia that we can keep this game beautiful. After all, it's the beautiful game.
In squash news, Max Njala won the Myself Wanderers close title on Saturday evening after beating Sven Krudmeyer 11-5, 11-5, 11-7 in the men's A final. Ricardo Abrantes won the B division, while Skalkberger won the C division and Marion Berry won the women's division. Helge Schutz spoke to Njala after his victory.
I must say the game was actually very, not too challenging. I realized my opponent was actually not good enough for me. And then I just kept the ball going, so I wasn't really trying to keep anything like that. I just tried to keep the ball going, and then eventually I could realize he got tired, and then he started making mistakes. So I wasn't really focusing on mistakes or anything like that. So at the end of the day, we made a lot of mistakes, and I was just a better player at the end of the day.
Right, and you played some amazing shots there, and your fitness really impressive. So did you train a lot for this or what?
Yeah, I actually used to come maybe 3-4 times a week, and then we normally come to drills with some of my juniors and some of my partners that we normally play with, and I just keep coaching them. So we normally do drills, and the focus was actually to focus on fitness, not really more about try to play the shot here and there. But that comes on a different day. But normally what we used to be doing currently, we're just doing fitness, more explosive movements.
Right. And the Namibian Championships coming up in Swakop. So how do you feel about that?
The national, I think that will be very interesting, because I've just heard from some of my colleagues, some of the top players will take part there, and I'm looking forward to actually have fun there. I think it will be great.
So you can win that one as well, you think?
Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen there, because the top guys are there, so we'll fight for it.
The Namibian cycling ambassador Vino Kali competed in the Ochiwa Eagle Ride outside Ochiwarongo on Saturday, where he came 18th in the sub-veterans men's category. Let's take a look.
Five, four, three, two, one. Give it on, guys. Enjoy. It's an awesome track.
And finally, today we wish Brave Warriors midfielder Pietrus Dancing Shoes Shitembi a happy birthday for tomorrow when he turns 29.
Pietrus Dancing Shoes Shitembi made his debut for the Brave Warriors at the age of 19 in 2011 and soon cemented his place in the starting lineup. In 2012, he played in all 9 of Namibia's internationals that year, and by 2013, he signed his first professional contract abroad, joining South African Premier League side Pretoria University. He went on to become one of Namibia's most travelled professional footballers, joining clubs in Africa and further afield. In South Africa, he went on to play for AmaZulu and Stellenbosch Football Club, while he also played for Ashanti Gold in Ghana and Lusaka Dynamos in Zambia. In 2020, he joined Sabah FA in the Malaysian Super League, and at the beginning of 2021, joined another Malaysian club, Terengganu FC, helping them to their current second position on the log. During all of his travels, he still remained a loyal patriot, playing for his country whenever possible, and now, after 10 years, has become Namibia's most capped player with 76 caps. With Shitembi only turning 29 tomorrow, he could still play for several more years, and who knows, he could maybe even break the 100-cap mark. Happy birthday, Pietrus, and all the best with your career.
Well, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed the show as I did. And remember to join in next week. For me, Enoch. Bye-bye.